games. Hi, my name is James, and this is James Loves Games. This is lesson number 4 in my Japanese language series. And today we're going to be talking about the basic grammar structure of a Japanese sentence. We've already talked about hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And today we're going to see how it all kind of comes together to form the structure of a Japanese sentence. So let's get started. Okay, so we're learning about the basic grammar structure of a Japanese sentence. And like I've said before, there's always going to be exceptions to the rules, but as a general rule, the way that a Japanese sentence is structured is you're going to have the subject at the beginning, then you're going to have the object, and then you're going to have the verb at the very end. It's going to take some getting used to because some things are kind of flipped around from the way English works. So this sentence says right here, Watashi wa sushi wo tabemasu. Now this translates into, I eat sushi. But some of these things are flipped around. So we have watashi, which is I. And then you have our first article, or our first particle. You have watashi, which means I. And then you have our first particle, which is wa. Now I know what you're thinking. James, I studied hiragana. That's not wa, that's ha. I know this. Like I said, there are exceptions. And some things are confusing and make no sense. This is one of those things. You must learn it. I'm sorry. I did not make this language. I'm just trying to teach it. So, as we learned from hiragana, this one right here, wa, is a wa, W-A, wa. And this one right here is ha, H-A, ha. But when you use this symbol, this ha symbol, as a particle within a sentence, it's pronounced wa. I don't know why. I'm sure if you're curious enough, you can find out. It's one of those things that I struggled with, and you have to struggle with it too. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So, it's wa. Watashi wa, so we have the particle for wa, and this is kind of an equivalent to a be verb. It's an is, am, are, whatever. It can fill all those different roles. It's one of the simple things about Japanese is their particles stay fairly static and you get the meaning from the context. And so, watashi wa, so this would be like I am. Then we have sushi, which is Japanese for sushi, in case you didn't know that. So we have I am sushi. I am sushi? No, that doesn't make sense. So we have our first particle, wa. Then we have our second particle, o. Now the way that o is used is a little bit strange, but it has a unique role in Japanese, and this is really the only thing that it's used for in Japanese. You're not going to see it sprinkled into a word like you see other hiragana. This one is really only used as a particle. So sushi o tabemasu. Tabemasu is the polite form of to eat. Tabemasu, to eat. So sushi o tabemasu. So the o connects the object with the verb. So we have eat sushi. So if I were to say this in English, I eat sushi, or I am going to eat sushi. Again, you can kind of tell from the context what the speaker is talking about. If I just say I eat sushi, it's kind of a weird declarative statement. I don't know who would say that. What are you going to eat for dinner? Watashi wa sushi o tabemasu. Like, I will eat sushi. So it can be used as kind of like a general declarative statement about yourself. Like, I eat sushi. Like, when? Under what circumstances do you eat sushi? You get it from the context. So somebody asks me, what do you want for dinner? Watashi wa sushi o tabemasu. I will eat sushi. And so, in English, we put the eat before the sushi. We put the verb before the object. Whereas in Japanese, we flip those around and we say the object first, and then we say what we're going to do to that object. So, watashi wa sushi o. Not a whole lot you can do with sushi. It's probably going to be eaten. But that's just the way the structure of it works. And it takes some getting used to because it kind of puts you in a little suspense when somebody's telling you something because you're kind of like, I don't know where this is going. I guess you could say that about English too. Oh yeah, so last night I ate some And then it's like, what'd you eat? Sushi. A little bit less of a surprise when they're like, so I did something to sushi last night. I ate it. It's like, yeah, well, I kind of saw that coming. Kind of figured you were going to eat the sushi. So that's the basic structure of it, along with a kind of a brief intro into the particles wa and the particle wo. So yeah, that's just the very basic scratch on the surface grammar of it. And I'm sure you have probably more questions than answers from watching this. But that's just how learning a new language goes. It's just going to be questions from here for a long, long time until stuff starts to click. But yeah, watashi wa sushi o tabemasu. I sushi eat. It makes little sense when you directly translate it. And that takes me to another point. It's kind of the reason why programs like Google Translate and other sort of software algorithms that translate languages don't always get it exactly right. You would think that, okay, well, as people we're able to learn the ways that the different meanings of these words, but the structure is so different that sometimes the context is missing. Sometimes if it's said in a certain conversation, the way it's said makes sense, but otherwise it doesn't. Anyway, that's the basic grammar structure Japanese, and that's just a very simple intro to it, just a taste to give you an idea of sort of the differences between English grammar structure and Japanese grammar structure. So I hope it was helpful. If you liked the video, please like it. If you want to see more like this, please subscribe. And thanks again for watching. My name's James, and this was James Loves Games. Bye. Games. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway.